How to create product categories in Shopify. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with creating your own product categories in your Shopify store. So by default, if you go into products on the left and then you click on collections, Shopify allows you to create collections, but you might say, hey, I want categories to be a different system of organizing products, and you can easily create a different system. To create your categories, just use the collection template. And once you do that, it just helps you in creating a page for your categories. And your categories might be, let's say for my product, my categories are clothing and accessories. And then if my collections are things like summer 2020, summer 2024, I can easily still add those. And instead of just looping them together in my navigation menu, I would just structure them differently. So side by side, I'm going to show you guys how you can build collections and then your product categories as well. So to get started, simply log on to your Shopify store and then click on collections. Now, once you click on collections, and I'll show you guys an example of this as well. So if you take any type of e-commerce store, this has a home section. So this is a categorization of products, which is home. Then we have fragrances. Then we have ready to wear. And then if you go into their new in section, this might be a collection. So we're going to do the same thing. So firstly, we're going to click on create collection on the left, and we're going to get started with our basic categorization. So I want some basic categorization, including, first off, we have clothing. And then I'll click on save, and I will keep the collection type to be manual. Now, this is because I already have products in my Shopify store. If you don't have products in your Shopify store, you can make this automated and add a condition. The condition is usually just going to be a specific tag that you add. So if you tag something as clothing, it would automatically be added to the clothing collection. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to make this manual. So click on save on the top right, and you can click on add image to add an image as well if you want to make this a bit more detailed. So we're going to just click on open, and we're just going to use an image like this and then click on save. Now, after we have done that, it's time to click on create another collection. And then I am going to add accessories, and then I'll click on add image, and I'll add another image, and then I'll click on save. Now, even within these product categories, if I have subcategories, you're going to add them just like this in collections, but I'll show you guys how to reframe them as sub-collections. So let's say within clothing, I have dresses, and then I can click on add image, and I would just upload my image. I don't have any images of a dress, so I'll just be using the same yellow image, and then I'll just click on save. And then after dresses, I'll create my second subcategorization, which is going to be, this is going to be t-shirts, and then I can click on add image. And then once completed, I'll just click on save. Now, these are all the categories. So if you see, we have 4 categories and 2 of them are subcategories. After that, we are going to create our collection. So I'll click on create collection, and this is maybe going to be our summer volume 1. And then I can save that. And then I'll click on create new collection and summer volume 2. So these are 2 separate collections as well. And you can simultaneously add these. This is not going to mess up anything at all. So once we have done this, we are just going to go back, and we are going to go ahead and start building our navigation menu. Because if I open up my Shopify store right now, this is what my navigation menu looks like. I don't have one. So we're going to click on online store on the left. And once we click on online store, we're going to click on navigation right under there. Then click on main menu, and once you click on main menu, you can just delete the menu items and get started from scratch. Click on add menu item, and then instead of having to type everything, I just directly go into the search or paste a link option. Select home page, and you can rename these. Obviously, it's by default it's going to take the name that is typed in Shopify. I'm going to rename this into home. Then after that, it's time to start adding your product categories. So for that, you're going to click on collections and you're going to add your first product category. So my first product category is clothing, and I'm just going to add that in my navigation. Then after that, I'm going to add my second product category, which is accessories. And we're also going to add all our sub-categorizations. So again, you're just going to add these like so. So basically, all the collections that you just created, you're just going to click on collections and add them to your navigation. But this does not look right. I don't want a navigation that says all of this. I want these to be in drop downs. So to create that, just hold the item from the left and then move it slightly towards the right. And now this will become a menu item to the first section. So in the same way, I'm going to drag and drop this over here. Keep in mind that the menu item that becomes, the hierarching category is non-clickable. So for that purpose, you can easily just add a simple section called all collections or all categories. And then from all categories, people can click individual categories as well. But that's just up to your personal preference. Then you're going to add your product collection. So how do I build those simultaneously? Again, go into collections and add the 2 collections that you created, Summer Volume 1, and then go into collections, then click on Summer Volume 2 and 1. I'm gonna edit this so it looks the same. Now, once I've done that, let's say I want these to be the top pages like this, and I'm not gonna make these as sub-menu items. I want them to be straight menu items. And then if you want, you can also click on add menu item and you can create a page that is dedicated to just displaying these 2 collections. So we can go ahead and go into collections, and we're going to have to create a separate page for that. So I would just click on add menu item, and we can name this into collections, and then we can go into the search or collection section. If you add all collections, it's going to display everything. So for now, I'm just going to add this as collections, and we're going to move this towards the right. Click on save, go back and go into pages on the left under online store. Click on add page, and then you're just going to add your page, which is going to be collections. And then we're going to select our default template, and then we're going to click on save. Then you're going to click on online store, click on customize on the right. And then once you do that, from the top, you're going to select pages, and under pages, you're going to select your default page. Change it from clothing to your collections page from the left. Once you've selected your collections page, you can go on ahead and see this is the default page, this is the preview, and we're going to just click on add section, click on featured collection, and select your collection number 1, which is Summer Volume 1 or Summer Volume 2, whichever one you want. You can choose to display that, and then add the secondary one, and then just click on save. And just like that, you can add product categories to your Shopify store. Now to actually enable this menu, you're going to click on over here on navigation, make sure this is added over here. Then click on online store, click on customize, and then click on your header. Once you click on your header, you're going to click on select menu and then select your main menu. Once you do that, your main menu will now be displayed onto your Shopify store like so. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.